It's almost self-explanatory, the term democratic learning, in the sense that it's a participation between the people and who's in charge. I often describe it as most classrooms look more like a dictatorship where there's one person in charge and they say it is this way, and they make all the decisions pertaining to the curriculum, how it's given, what is tested, how it's tested. And in a democratic classroom, you open up the idea of what should be taught and how it should be taught.
I taught Macy how to do that solo for, what was that one song? Trouble?
Trust.
Trust.
Being self-driven to learn is a much better way of learning than being forced to learn, I would say. So.
Because, like, I don't know, like, there's, like, you can look it up on a computer, and then you can have somebody teach you. Or, like, other people can help you and stuff, too. It's, like, it's easier to learn.
I built my first guitar in high school woodshop as a high school senior. And I was allowed to do it because small community, I grew up in Messina, and my father was a gunsmith and a clockmaker, and I was what he called free help. So I grew up inlaying guns and fine work. When I got to be a senior in high school, and I said to the teacher, I want to build a guitar, he said to me, if you can detail exactly how you're going to do it. I want to see your plans, and I want to see everything that's going to happen, but if I let you, then I've got to let her. And we're not opening that can of worms. So I did what you call a lesson plan, I guess, out for it. And that held true for, there was a lot of people in our community back then that had special skills. You could do anything that you could convince the teacher that you were capable of. Wonderful person.
My favorite part about guitar class this year was that it was democratic, and it wasn't everyone learns the same thing at the same time. Everyone was free to choose what they wanted to learn. And there were chords I didn't know in there. I think it's a C with C.
I find it enjoyable. It's nice, like, that we get to have a democratic type of teaching style where we learn by ourselves, kind of, and have very little direction.
I think it's a mark of success if students have the ability to teach themselves and teach each other, so that they're encouraged to learn outside the classroom. And we get away from the idea that learning stops when the bell rings, but that it's an ongoing process.
Me and you were probably on different levels of skill, so we didn't each have a piece put in front of us and we had to learn it. Or, we could pursue our own goals and better ourselves in the way we wanted to.
What am I hoping to say? That I've accomplished a lot, and I really, learned and grew in my guitar
I'd
skills.
like to try and make acoustic, like pop songs into acoustic, and sing them. And I like metal.
To be able to play a song all the way through without getting frustrated and being able to do it quickly without looking at my fingers.
I hope to be able to actually play the guitar instead of being able to sit there and hold it and be like, what the heck do I do?
To be able to say that this guitar class was successful.
To be able to read any type of like tab type stuff for any song and be able to play it. To be able to finger pick really fast and all that jazz.
Every time I pick up a guitar, I strum it as loud as I can and then smash it, so I want to bring that.
Also, I want to be able to work on picking stuff, playing individual notes instead of just chords. And so the independent learning allowed me to really go after the goal that I had in mind for myself, and I was able to accomplish them both, I think. So.
Shred like a rock god.
Shred like a rock god.
Well, the evidence that democratic learning is something that works is if you just look at your students' work and see whether or not they made progress from the beginning or the end. It's as simple as setting a goal, having a strategy to meet that goal, and then exceeding where you started. So if progress has been made, then it's a successful educational technique.
And say, show me and get away from me. I want to do it myself. They say, show me, I'll try it. You can show me again, I'll try it. You can show me again, and between us we'll do it. There are people who say, okay, here's how this goes.
And Kelsey taught me how to use a capo to make everything 10 times easier. I think I capoed it on the 5th, so yeah.
One Sierra told me what the strum pattern was. I got it right away.
Everyone was like, I don't know. And then like one day I was like, Kelsey's like, wait a minute, I think you're too far to the left. And once that got fixed, I was like, oh, that's so much better.
FaceTime? I made one up. Have we overcome her not knowing the chords?
I think, everyone could talk to everybody, and, if I need something, I could turn to Sean, who's more skilled than I am, and, hey Sean, how do I do this? And I like that about it. Helpfulness.
Typically I only do it by tab, but like I said, there's hardly any tabs out there, and I found this video. Just stumbled upon it.
Thanks.
And so I watched YouTube videos and kept listening to the song until I got the right rhythm.
I learned by
right.
I started learning by your stuff.
He uses he kind of stops it and starts another chord. Like you strum and then you just use your palm and just hit the strings flat and just kind of mutes it.
Devastating backstroke all the way from France with pure Egyptian cotton. The kids don't stand a chance.
And then you just kind of keep doing that, and then is it like the pre? Is it the
So I don't even, what do you call that part? What do you mean?
One of the parts for the strums.
Oh,
Yeah, the strings speeds up. That's basically.
Out of the doodle.
Out of Fadoodling. We learned out of
Doodling
Fadoodling.
with a purpose.
Yes.
Fadoodling with a purpose. That is perfect way to put it. Which is playing.
Around the song, you could
Yeah,
say. We played
playing-
basic chords, but we went on tracks, switched up the
Strum patterns.
patterns, just we just use our fingers and just pick really.
Yeah, dude.
And if something sounded good, we just kept playing it.
Just went with the flow.
That is Fadoodling. Alright, we learned things today. Woo.
This is a C, I think. This is a G. And that's all I learned today.
And Dalton played the solo too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, kicks butt.
That was beautiful too.
Thomas
You
has
guys are
different
good.
bass part.
Yeah, I do the bass part.
Dalton taught me how to play a solo.
Okay, will you play it?
Can I do it nice and slow?
You can do it nice and slow.
Okay.
I'll get right up close.
Oh. Do, 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 do. Can't go that low.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I tried down a half step, that wasn't right. Went down another half step, and then
So you use your ears entirely to learn that solo?
Yeah.
I missed the beginning of it. Would you play it again? Awesome. Nice.
And I can sing it too.
but not yet.
Get juicy kind of.
Okay, so the chords are G, D, E minor, A minor, and C. And I was only here for a day for this, but the strum pattern is down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, so basically you just do that like 2 times, and then you switch to D. You do that 2 times. You switch to E minor, do it like twice through, and it probably switches later on, but I didn't get that far.
Before I entered this class, I didn't have any guitar skills at all.
I learned that working in groups can be a good thing.
because other people know stuff that you don't know, and you just exchange information.
Okay, I learned that working in groups is really a good thing, and working on your own is a good thing too, because you can try to teach yourself, but if you're in a group, other people teach you, and it's just like more than one different way of learning the same exact thing. I think it works really good if you have both variety at the same time.
I learned how to shred like a rock god.
I learned how to trust myself to teach myself and like, to write so I can actually do stuff myself because I can play.
I've learned that what you learn doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be something that you've actually learned. Just like one chord, it doesn't have to be like a full song.
I learned as a teacher even that I am never done learning, and that my students have a lot to teach me, and it's important to keep that in mind as all of us go on as musicians. Probably the most important piece of what I learned by teaching in class this way.
I learned basic guitar like progressions, like how 90% of all songs are written, and then when I learned basic finger picking, I don't know, just went with it.
I learned a lot about teamwork, like everybody in the class knows something that the other doesn't and has their own technique, and we could all teach each other.
I learned how to use my ear to play guitar instead of the reed tabs and stuff.
I learned a lot about the value of being self-driven and self-determined, not relying on someone to show you what to do, but relying on your own skills and your own mind to solve problems.
I learned that if you're terrible at one string instrument, to try a different one, because bass and ukulele came a lot easier to me, and I actually learned a lot of chords, which I wanted to do.
I learned more chords this year, and I got a lot better at finger picking and strumming.
This year in guitar class, I learned how to work with a group of people. I've always been able to teach myself how to play guitar and how to learn, but I've never known how to show someone what to do on guitar, or how to play with more than one person, or deal with, group problems instead of just trying to solve something for myself. So that was my big thing. I learned how to work with other people.
Do we even have a fear in this class? Because it's kind of like a no fear zone, really. Everyone's learning.
Hey, I can't swear, so awesome.
Well, this will
Conclude another episode.
of
Questions?
Guitar class interviews.
questions.
Shred like a rock god.
Shred like a rock god.